Now, officially, we have January behind us, and the Toronto Real Estate Board just released the stats. There are a few things that I noticed and much to talk about, from luxury market sales to entry-level market sales. Although we are hearing good news about the real estate and an interest rate cut on the horizon, at the same time, there's not so much good news as well. Let's dive into it right after this. Hey, welcome back to another video on the AV Team Real Estate channel. I'm Antonio and I am a local real estate agent in the GTA. If you have been enjoying the weekly videos from this channel, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that it can be shared with more people who want to get updated on the real estate market in Toronto. Greatly appreciate it. Let's first explore the sales that made the big headline for January. And here you see that last year in January, it was 3,083 in total. And it is now 4,223 in January, which it is a 37% increase from a year ago. So this corresponds to my few videos that I released the last few weeks, and I could sense the amount of showings on properties were picking up in the result of more sales that were officially reported in January. While a 37% jump seems like a big increase, if we just compare last month in December at about 3,444 sales, it was an 18% increase as well. In terms of new listings, we can see a marginal increase from 8,312 last year in January to 7,836 in January, up 6.1%. Same with active listings, from 9,300 to 10,093 year over year at around 8.5% up, which is quite the same from last year. I guess most people want to see if prices have come down so far, given that the price compared to a year ago in January have come down a bit from 1,036,925 to 1,026,703. Remember, these are just average prices, and obviously they could be different in any local market. But overall, they have slightly come down with less than 1% down. But in my opinion, the prices are just going sideways, neither up nor down too much. The important note is that the prices didn't come down significantly. Now let's look at the average prices from 2022 until the present in 2024. As we last saw, it was a slight negative 1% down if we compare January of last year to January of 2024. But it is more apparent if we compare it to December of 2023. It is a deeper down 5.65%. Overall, in 2023, it started at 1,038,668 and ended at 1,084,692. So surprisingly up by 4.24%. But so far, like I just stated earlier, we are down 5.65% so far in January. So we are practically back to square one. For a fun comparison, in 2022, before the rate hike, we can easily spot that it started with 1,242,793 and came down to 1,051,216 by the end of the year. Obviously, it was a roller coaster year throughout the rate hike and rate pause, but eventually it was down 15%, and that continued in 2023. And basically, it maintained the entire year. And currently in January at 1,026,703, it is almost the same. It is pretty much safe to say that the Toronto real estate market is driven by the interest rate. This table is for all condo average prices from 2022 until 2024 so far. If you take a look at 2022, the year started at 748,566 and went as high as 808,566 before the interest rate hike and came down to 705,659 by the end of the year. And we witnessed for the first time in a long time that the condo market average price went under 700s at 687,696 starting in 2023 and recovered just a tad during the year, but eventually it went back down to 682,525. It was basically maintained about the same in January at 681,979. Once again, I just wanted to share how this average price for all home types and the condo market were behaving throughout, and I would probably guess that they are going to be going sideways throughout throughout this year in 2024, despite all the rumors of interest rate cuts. However, sales transactions are what are making the big difference so far. Both low-rise and high-rise residential properties are trending up, and in particular for the luxury market, what I heard has gotten more traction starting in 2024. You might be wondering why in this high interest rate environment and homes like more than 3 million are selling more often. The answer to that is that people are taking the more advantageous price cut in the higher priced property. We can find deals like more than $1 million in a property. Let's take the property at 10 Marcus Court that I found that was sold on January 11 at $8,550,000 as an example. As you can see, this is a 5+1 bed luxury home that has 10 baths, 11 plus 3 rooms, and a whopping 24 parking spaces. For this size of home, taking 190 days on the market wouldn't be a surprise. But what is surprising is that these homes were selling in this high interest environment. This home was listed at $9,980,000 and eventually sold for 15% less than the listing price and for $8,550,000. If we are just looking at the amount that was discounted, it is approximately about $1,430,000. This is almost a $1.5 million discount in the books, and we can find that in the 1 to 2 million homes that have this kind of discount. But what is more interesting is that when I check the property history, it looks like the previous seller got the property in 2021 and decided to list this property at $11,500,000 in April of 2023. Obviously, it didn't sell and was terminated on July 4th of 2023, and then relisted the following day at $9,980,000, or else it would have been a difference of $2,950,000, and that is a large discount. That is why these homes are selling today. Let's quickly see another luxury as an example. This is 10 Windrush Road, also in Vaughan, that was sold recently on January 17 of 2024. It was listed for $6,998,000 and actually reduced to $6,500,000, down 7% from the listing price. But the story was revealed when I checked the property history. It looks like the previous seller bought the house in 2007 and listed for the first time on June 9 of 2022 at $7,998,000. It was relisted again on September 8 of 2023 for the same price, perhaps with another brokerage, but ended up being terminated on October 5th of 2023. From what I see, it has been listed for more than 4 months and was not successful. I guess the seller took a break and relisted at $6,998,000 on December 2nd of 2023 and eventually sold on January 17 of 2024 from $7.998 million to $6.5 million. That is solid about $1.5 million discount. For the most part, the seller was quite resilient for at least 5 to 6 months and eventually gave up the $1.5 million at the end. Again, that is the reason why these homes are selling, because of the hefty discount. At least that is the story of the rich people in the luxury market. But what is on the other side of the market? As the home price gap gets bigger, eventually that will push the other housing segments, and that is the condo market. Although we had rough stretches of condo sales last year since the rate hike, it started to turn around this year. I have sensed it since the end of last year when I was helping my client purchase a 1-bed condo in the east part of Toronto. There are price reductions in all asset classes, and the condo market is no exception, but you will certainly get a lesser discount on a lower ticket sale. Let's grab some example of the area where I was working late last year. 260 Sackville Unit 404 is a 1-bed, 1-bath unit at about 500 to 599 square feet and sold within 9 days on the market on December 16 of 2023. This condo unit in Regent Park was listed at $525,000 and sold for $522,500. It was just a slight $2,500 discount from the listing price. However, when I checked the property history, this unit was purchased in 2021 for $545,000, so it took a loss of about $22,500. It seems the seller was quite motivated to sell it at a loss. There are definitely deals on the market, but at this entry-level product, we can see the difference would be between $10,000 to $30,000. You would have to look into bigger asset classes to get much more discount on properties. However, this entry-level product would be much more ideal for many people, and with the interest rate cut in the rumors, this product could be happening much more with confident buyers. Now I have covered both sides, from the luxury market to the entry-level market, where most end user buyers are found today. What about the investor that were sitting on the sidelines? They are the ones that are most influenced by the interest rate, and more are looking for deals similar to what I just described, where sellers are selling at a loss. So this is what is going on in today's market. Although the US also hinted that a rate cut is coming in 2024, there are also many mixed rumors that because the economy and employment are better than expected, we can also see that happening late in 2024, especially when there is an election happening. Most parties will want to avoid the interest rate announcement to interfere with the election. For the most part, Canada also follow closely behind the Americans, and for this reason, in my opinion, Canada would also start to ease the interest rate in the summer rather than in the spring. In addition, Tiff McClellan also mentioned that he was worried about the inflation rate starting to climb again. And with the confidence of the public, that could also trigger the real estate market in the spring. Summer was always a slow season when most people were off to vacation, and that is why I think the Bank of Canada would cut the rate there so that it wouldn't affect too much in the real estate market. At least that is my prediction, and I will be curious of what you think. Make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. I think the video is getting a little long now. Please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you like the content so that it can help share the video with more people who would like the real estate content in the GTA. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.